Welcome to London, and we're kicking off our journey in the stunning dock area of Canary Wharf. This is one of London's most modern and dynamic neighborhoods, a place where sleek skyscrapers meet shimmering waters, and there's plenty to explore for free. Let's take a walk through this iconic financial hub turned urban playground and discover why it's a must-visit spot on your London adventure. As you walk through the dock area, you're surrounded by the sparkling waters of the West India Docks, reflecting the towering glass and steel skyscrapers that define Canary Wharf's skyline. The area feels like a futuristic city within London, with iconic buildings like One Canada Square dominating the view. The docks, once a bustling hub for trade in the 19th century, now offer a serene contrast to the modern architecture. This area used to be the heart of London's trade, with ships unloading sugar and rum from the Caribbean. Now, it's a buzzing mix of business and leisure, with glassy towers reflecting on the water and historic cranes reminding us of its past. As I stroll along these smooth boardwalks, I'm loving the crisp January air, perfect for a refreshing walk without the summer crowds. You can wander these docks, snap epic photos of the skyline, and it won't cost you a penny. And don't miss the Museum of London Docklands nearby. It's free. Canary Wharf is super easy to reach on the Jubilee Line or DLR, and the paths here are flat and accessible for everyone. Whether you're into photography, history, or just epic views, this dock area has it all free of charge. So come walk these docks, feel the energy, and kick off your London trip in style. Stick with me as we hunt down more amazing free things to do across the city. Let's go. All right, everyone, we're moving on to our next stop in London Leadenhall Market, a hidden gem in the heart of the City of London. As I walk through this stunning Victorian market, I'm surrounded by ornate arches, a vibrant red and green roof, and cobblestone paths that feel like stepping back in time. This place is a total treat for the eyes, and exploring it is completely free, making it perfect for our budget-friendly London adventure. Leadenhall Market dates back to the 14th century, but this gorgeous covered arcade was built in the 1880s. You might recognize it from movies like Harry Potter, where it played Diagon Alley. The intricate ironwork, colorful ceilings, and charming shop fronts make every corner Instagram-worthy. In January, the market's cozy vibe is extra inviting, with twinkling lights that might still be up from the holiday season, adding a magical touch. We're now heading to one of London's coolest free spots, the Sky Garden at the top of the Walkie-Talkie Building. This place, officially called Sky Garden, is London's highest public garden, and it's totally free to visit. The Walkie-Talkie, with its quirky top-heavy shape, is a standout on London's skyline. As I walk through this 3-story atrium, I'm surrounded by ferns, African lily, and tropical plants, all thriving under floor-to-ceiling glass. It's like a serene oasis above the bustling city of London. We're now in the heart of London's financial district at the Royal Exchange, a stunning historic gem that's totally free to explore. As I walk through this grand courtyard, I'm surrounded by elegant columns and luxury shop fronts, all under a beautiful glass roof that sparkles even on a chilly January day. This place screams old-school London glamour, and it's the perfect spot to soak up some history without spending a dime. As you step outside, you can also see the Bank of England on the right. We're now diving into the vibrant buzz of Spitalfields Market, one of London's liveliest spots that's totally free to explore. As I walk through this bustling covered market in East London, I'm surrounded by colorful stalls, quirky shops, and the hum of locals and visitors mingling. This place is a feast for the senses, and just wandering around soaking up the atmosphere won't cost you a penny. Spitalfields Market has been around since the 17th century. The Victorian iron and glass roof shelters a maze of stalls selling everything from vintage clothes to handmade crafts. In January, the market feels extra cozy, with fewer crowds than summer, and you might spot some post-holiday decorations adding a festive touch. I'm loving the street art and historic brick buildings nearby, like the iconic Christ Church Spitalfields just outside, perfect for free photo ops. Here's a tip. Spitalfields is super easy to reach via Liverpool Street Station, just a 5-minute walk away. The market's open daily, with the main traders market on Sundays, but weekdays are great for a quieter vibe. Spitalfields Market is all about East London's creative energy, from its historic roots to its trendy stalls. Whether you're snapping pics of the vibrant scene or soaking up the eclectic vibe, this place is a must. To try the apple crumble at Humble Crumble, a happening spot in Old Spitalfields Market, serving fruit crumble in a cup with a variety of toppings. We're now at one of London's most charming hidden gems, Little Venice. As I walk along the serene canals where the Regent's Canal meets the Grand Union Canal, I'm surrounded by colorful narrowboats bobbing on the water, framed by leafy trees and cute waterside cafes. This peaceful pocket of West London feels like a world away from the city's hustle. Little Venice is a postcard-perfect spot with its tranquil waterways and Georgian mansions. The canal junction, shaped like a triangle, is known as Browning's Pool, named after poet Robert Browning, who once lived here. In January, the bare trees and crisp air give it a cozy, almost storybook vibe, and you might spot locals walking their dogs or boaters waving hello. It's like Venice, but with a distinctly London charm. No gondolas needed. As you cross the footbridge towards westbound green space, you will see a beautiful Anglican church of St. Mary Magdalene, Paddington. Bare trees in the foreground with the church in background looked amazing from the vantage point. We're now diving into the electric vibe of Camden Market, one of London's most iconic and eclectic spots. Camden Market, part of a network of markets in Camden Town, has been a hub for creatives since the 1970s. From punk rock roots to today's global vibe, it's a melting pot of vintage fashion, vinyl records, and quirky crafts. Wander through the Stables Market with its historic brick arches and horse statues, or check out the street art murals that make every corner a photo op. ... Here's a tip. Camden Market is super close to Camden Town Station on the Northern Line, just a 3-minute walk, or you can reach it via Chalk Farm Station. The markets are open daily, and the paths are mostly flat, though cobblestones and crowds can make it busy. January's a great time for fewer tourists. Dress warm and wear comfy shoes, as you'll want to explore every nook.
Intimacy is all I need from you to me. Oh my, intimacy is all I need from you to me.
We're now stepping into the dazzling heart of London, Piccadily Circus. As I stand in this iconic square, I'm surrounded by blazing neon billboards, bustling crowds, and the electric pulse of the city. It's like London's version of Times Square. Piccadily Circus has been a lively hub since the 19th century, named for its circular layout and the Piccadilles, fancy collars, once sold nearby. The star of the show is the Eros statue, actually a fountain, topped with the winged figure of Antaros, sitting proudly in the center. We're now stepping into the vibrant, colorful world of London's Chinatown, right in the heart of Soho. As I walk down Gerrard Street, I'm surrounded by red lanterns swaying overhead, golden Chinese characters on shop signs, and the irresistible aroma of dim sum and sizzling street food. Chinatown sprang up in the 1950s when Chinese immigrants turned this corner of the West End into a hub of East Asian culture. The ornate Chinese gate at Wardour Street welcomes you into a maze of restaurants, bakeries, and quirky shops. Chinatown is super close to Leicester Square Station on the Piccadilly and Northern lines, or a short walk from Piccadily Circus. We're now stepping into the elegant world of Burlington Arcade, a slice of luxury right in the heart of Mayfair. As I walk through this stunning covered passageway, I'm surrounded by gleaming shop windows, polished wooden facades, and a gorgeous arched glass roof. This place feels like a step back into Regency-era London. Burlington Arcade, opened in 1819, is one of the world's oldest shopping arcades, built for fancy folks to shop in style. The soft glow of chandeliers and the clip-clop of my shoes on the tiled floor make it feel like a hidden gem. I'm passing boutiques selling everything from vintage watches to bespoke perfumes, all guarded by the famous Beatles-uniformed watchmen who've patrolled here since the arcade began. We're now stepping into the lively buzz of Cambridge Circus, a vibrant junction right where Soho meets Covent Garden. As I stand at this bustling crossroads, I'm surrounded by the glow of theatre marquees, quirky shops, and the constant hum of London life. This iconic spot is like the beating heart of the West End. Right by Cambridge Circus, Fopps Building sits in the heart of Seven Dials, where 7 streets meet in a star-shaped junction, creating a lively, almost theatrical atmosphere. Fopps' vibrant exterior and 7 Dials' lively architecture make this spot a free feast for the eyes. We are now at historic 7 Dials area, which is close to the Fopps shop. 7 Dials was laid out in the 1690s by Thomas Neal, a big-shot entrepreneur who wanted it to be a posh address. The star-shaped layout, with 7 streets fanning out from the sundial pillar, was a clever trick to maximize house frontages for rent. Back then, it had grand names like Great Earl Street, but it never quite became the elite spot Neal hoped. Instead, it turned into a notorious slum by the 19th century, packed with gin shops. Today, it's a trendy hotspot, blending historic buildings with modern indie vibes. Just steps away from 7 Dials is the charming Mercer Street in Covent Gardens. First up, the London Graphic Centre at 13 to 18 Mercer Street is a haven for art lovers. Don't miss the Aram Bakery, a cult favorite blending French pastries with Asian flair, just across the street. We're now stepping into the colorful, quirky wonderland of Neal's Yard, a hidden courtyard tucked away in 7 Dials, just off Mercer Street. Neal's Yard was born in the 1970s when Nicholas Saunders turned this once grubby alley into a hub for alternative culture, kicking off with his Whole Food warehouse. Today, it's a hotspot for indie shops like Neal's Yard Remedies, famous for natural skincare, and cozy cafes serving everything from vegan treats to artisanal coffee.
All my mind intimacies, all I need from you to leave. All my mind intimacies, all I need from you to leave. Why can't you see me on my knees for you, baby?
We're now diving into the vibrant heart of Covent Garden. Covent Garden started as a fruit and veg market in the 17th century, but today it's a lively hub of culture and entertainment. The centerpiece is the covered apple market, with its elegant iron and glass roof and cobblestone floors. In January, the piazza sparkles with lingering holiday lights, and the crisp air adds a cozy vibe, especially around sunset at 4 p.m. You'll spot jugglers, musicians and magicians performing for free, drawing cheers from the crowd. I'm strolling past the historic market stalls, now filled with handmade crafts and quirky gifts, and the grand columns of St. Paul's Church, nicknamed the Actors' Church for its theater ties. You don't need to spend a penny to enjoy the sight-snap photos of the ornate arches, watch street performers, or explore side streets like Floral Street for colorful facades. Fun fact, Covent Gardens Piazza was London's first public square, and it's been a stage for performers since the 1600s. After exiting the Covent Gardens, take the Wellington Street. You can see that the iconic Lyceum Theatre, which is a slice of London's theatrical soul. The Lyceum Theatre, opened in 1834, is a true West End legend, famous for hosting Disney's The Lion King since 1999. The Lyceum is a 2-minute walk from Covent Garden Station on the Piccadilly line, or a short stroll from Charing Cross on the Northern and Bakerloo lines. I've hopped off a bus right by the iconic Palace of Westminster, which looms majestically on my right, while the stunning Westminster Abbey sits proudly to my left. Just a short bus ride from Covent Garden or a 20-minute walk, this area is the beating heart of London's history.
Falling down, and I need you to catch me. Oh, my.
You can see the Crimea, an Indian Mutiny memorial in the front. Westminster Abbey, founded over 1,000 years ago, is where kings and queens are crowned, married, and buried. Think William and Kate's 2011 wedding. Its stunning facade, with flying buttresses and stained glass windows, is a history lesson in stone. I'm admiring the Great West Door and the statues of 20th century martyrs above it, pure artistry. Westminster Abbey is a quick walk from Westminster Station, served by Jubilee, Circle, and District lines.
Intimacy is all I need from you to leave.
The Palace of Westminster, with its golden Gothic towers, is where the UK Parliament meets, and it's home to the famous Big Ben, actually the nickname for the Great Bell. Inside the Elizabeth Tower, the intricate stonework and clock face glow under January's crisp light. Across the road, Westminster Abbey's soaring arches and ancient spires steal the show. This 1,000-year-old church has hosted royal weddings, coronations, and burials of icons like Isaac Newton, pure history in every stone. But that's not all. Nearby, you can wander to other historic gems. Stroll across Westminster Bridge for epic views of the Thames and the London Eye, or head to Parliament Square, where statues of legends like Winston Churchill and Mahatma Gandhi stand tall. Don't miss the Jewel Tower, a lesser-known 14th century survivor of the old Palace of Westminster, just a short walk away. Fun fact, the palace's clock tower was completed in 1859, and its chimes are heard worldwide.
Is all I need from you to leave. Intimacy is all I need.
Last but not the least, how can we go to London and not see the Big Ben? This legendary clock tower actually is named Elizabeth Tower. The nickname for the Great Bell inside is the Big Ben. The tower is part of the Palace of Westminster, completed in 1859. Its massive clock face, over 7 meters wide, is a global symbol of London. Now we're diving into one of my favorite offbeat gems in London, Leake Street, also known as the Graffiti Tunnel. Tucked beneath Waterloo Station, This 300-meter-long tunnel is a vibrant explosion of urban art, where every inch of the walls is covered in ever-changing street art. Leake Street, running under the tracks at 24 Leake Street, SE17NN, transformed from a gritty access road for the old Eurostar terminal into a street art haven after Banksy's legendary Cannes Festival in 2008. Artists from around the world flock here to spray bold murals, stencils, and tags, making it London's longest legal graffiti wall. Walking through this kaleidoscope of graffiti, from intricate portraits to political statements with new pieces painted over daily. You don't need to spend a penny to soak up the creativity. Just wander, admire the murals, or check out nearby arches with quirky spots like Draft's Board Game Cafe. Fun fact, Banksy's influence lingers, but you might spot works inspired by pioneers like Black Lerat, who shaped modern street art. If you're feeling artsy, bring a Posca marker to leave your own mark.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, had to reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone.
After exiting the Graffiti Tunnel, take the Belvedere Road. You can spot the London Eye on your left. Although a bit pricey, the ride on London Eye is worth it, at least once. Mind the queues, as it can get a bit time-consuming. After the vibrant urban art of Leake Street, we're heading to another South Bank gem, Hayes Galleria and the Queen's Walk, a stunning riverside spot that's one of London's best-kept secrets. Just a short bus ride or 15-minute walk from Westminster. I'm standing in this historic covered arcade, surrounded by a soaring glass roof and charming shops, with the Thames just steps away. Hayes Galleria, nestled by London Bridge, started as Hayes Wharf in the 1650s, once known as the larder of London for handling 80% of the city's tea imports. Redeveloped in the 1980s, this Grade II listed gem now boasts a Victorian-style atrium that feels like an old train station, complete with a 60-foot kinetic sculpture called the Navigators, a quirky bronze ship with moving oars that nods to its maritime past. Exiting the Hayes Galleria towards Thames, you will reach the Queen's Walk. The Queen's Walk, part of the Thames Path's Jubilee Walk section, stretches from Lambeth Bridge to Tower Bridge, but we're focusing on the lively stretch from London Bridge to the Tower Bridge. Named to honor Queen Elizabeth II's Silver Jubilee in 1977, this pedestrian promenade is a love letter to London's riverfront. I'm walking past iconic landmarks like HMS Belfast, a floating naval museum, and the golden glow of Tower Bridge, perfect for free photo ops.
My pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may. Don't look before you leave. What you give, you get to keep.
Next morning, I started from the Green Park Station, where you can find the famous Ritz-Carlton Hotel. My destination for today morning is Buckingham Palace. But first, I will pass through the beautiful Green Park, which leads up to the Buckingham Palace. If you have time, you can also explore St. James Park, which is towards the east-southeast. I did that in summer of 2022 and absolutely loved it.
Long farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old eyes. And my crooked little heart that seems to...
Buckingham Palace. As I stand outside the grand gates on Buckingham Gate, I'm blown away by the palace's majestic facade, with its creamy stonework and golden railings gleaming in the January light. This is the official residence of King Charles III. Buckingham Palace, built in 1703 and expanded in the 19th century, is the heart of the British monarchy, hosting royal events and state ceremonies. The sprawling front courtyard, centered by the iconic Victoria Memorial with its golden statue, is a sight to behold.
Rebellious is falling apart right now. I'm bleeding an easy kill.
I'm wandering around the palace gates, snapping pics of the red-coated guards in their bearskin hats. Yes, those are the King's Guard. The changing of the guard ceremony, a free spectacle, happens daily at 11 a.m. Check the schedule of change of guards at link below.
Gonna leave it all behind.
As I stroll down Cannon Street toward St. Paul's Cathedral, I'm captivated by the sheer majesty of this iconic landmark. The January chill is in the air, but clear skies and golden sunlight make the view absolutely stunning for our visit. I will show you a secret. One of the best picture spots to capture St. Paul's. Go to one new chain shopping mall and see this hidden gem of a spot. Take the elevator to the top floor and record the view while going up. This is the another spot from the Cannon Alley. I'm now heading to the grand front entrance of St. Paul's Cathedral. While this video is all about free things to see and do in London, I've got to say splurging on a ticket to explore inside St. Paul's is so worth it. Adult tickets are £26 and kids tickets are £10, giving you access to the stunning interior, dome, and crypt. It's open Monday to Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. But check stpauls.co.uk for the latest timings before you visit. St. Paul's Cathedral, designed by Sir Christopher Wren after the Great Fire of 1666, has been a symbol of London's resilience for over 300 years. Its iconic dome, one of the largest in the world at 111 meters, dominates the skyline, and the intricate stonework with its columns and carvings is pure artistry. This is where Princess Diana married Prince Charles in 1981, watched by millions worldwide. The soaring ceiling, adorned with intricate gold and white mosaics, draws my eyes upward, while the polished marble floor reflects the glow of chandeliers hanging like jewels above. Massive columns line the nave, leading toward the majestic dome in the distance, its inner curves painted with dramatic frescoes of St. Paul's life. Looking up, I'm mesmerized by the dome's inner cupola, a perfect hemisphere adorned with delicate patterns that seem to float above. The famous Whispering Gallery, 30 meters up, runs along its bass whisper against the wall, and your voice carries across. Below, the checkered marble floor and ornate choir stalls add to the grandeur, while the faint hum of visitors adds a reverent buzz. Fun fact, the dome's triple-layered design with a hidden brick cone was Wren's genius solution to support its massive weight. You are now viewing the nave and choir of St. Paul's, looking towards the high altar and the dome. The nave is the main body of the cathedral, where congregation sits, visible with a checkered floor and rows of pews. The choir is located between the nave and the high altar, typically where the cathedral choir and clergy are seated during services. The crypt, located beneath the cathedral's nave and dome, is one of the largest in Europe, stretching the full length of St. Paul's. As I step into this cool, dimly lit space, I'm surrounded by smooth stone arches and a hushed, reverent vibe. Built by Sir Christopher Wren after the Great Fire of 1666, it's the final resting place of national heroes like Admiral Nelson and the Duke of Wellington, whose grand tombs and memorials are carved with intricate details. I'm wandering past rows of marble plaques and statues, spotting tributes to artists, scientists, and even Wren himself, whose simple tune reads, "If you seek his monument, look around." The crypt's vast columns and vaulted ceilings feel like a secret underground cathedral, with displays of historic artifacts, like old cathedral models, adding to the story. You might hear faint echoes of a children's choir from above, enhancing the mystical atmosphere.
Hi. Oh, what a beautiful place.
After exiting the cathedral, I'm heading down Sermon Lane or Peters Hill, just a short stroll that leads straight to the iconic Millenium Bridge over the River Thames. The views of St. Paul's from this sleek, modern footbridge, especially at dusk around 4 p.m. in January, are absolutely breathtaking and an unmissable highlight.
That's a shard, and right there is Tower Bridge.
Now, we will explore the remaining part of the Queen's Walk, from the Millenium Bridge to the London Bridge. Remember, we covered the Queen's Walk from Hayes Galleria to Tower Bridge earlier. Keep in mind Tate Modern. The art gallery is just next to the Millenium Bridge as we crossed over to the other side. We have reached Winchester Palace, a heritage building. Riverside remains of a 13th century bishop's complex with ruins of Great Hall, prison, and brewhouse. It is worth mentioning here that every nook and corner of this walk is filled with history, and there is so much to see along its alleys and sub-alleys. It can take a full day to explore the complete length and breadth of the Queen's Walk. I've stumbled upon a true hidden gem, the Golden Hinde, a full-size replica of Sir Francis Drake's legendary ship, docked at St. Mary Overy Dock. Launched in 1973, this replica of Drake's 1577 galleon, which circumnavigated the globe, is a living history museum. Its gilded figurehead, a golden deer, nods to Drake's patron, Sir Christopher Hatton. This is the stunning Southwark Cathedral, a gem tucked right by London Bridge. This historic beauty is just steps from our last stop. Officially, the Cathedral and Collegiate Church of St. Saviour and St. Mary Overy dates back to the 7th century, with the current Gothic structure largely built between 1220 and 1420. The iconic Trafalgar Square is a must-visit spot. Created in the 1840s to honor Admiral Nelson's 1805 Battle of Trafalgar victory, is dominated by the 52-meter Nelson's Column, topped with his statue and guarded by 4 majestic bronze lions. The square's open space feels alive with tourists snapping selfies and street performers adding flair.
And I told you to be patient. Thank you. Told you to be fine. And I told you to be balanced. And I told you to be kind. And now all your love is wasted. And then who the hell is I? 'Cause I'll be burning on the bridges. And at the end of all your life.
I'm wandering past the splashing fountains, perfect for dramatic photos, with the National Gallery's elegant facade looming to the north. Its free art collection is a bonus if you have time. You can explore the fourth plinth, showcasing quirky rotating art, or spot statues of historic figures like George IV. This brings an end to this video. The places mentioned in this video are some of my favorites, but not in any particular order. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Please leave a comment if you would like more videos like this. Thank you for watching.
Makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel like we got something strong? And I saw you